Gods of the theatre, smile on us.
Wait.
What?
We're not in the theatre.
Oh, yes. Gods of the lounge room, smile on us.
You who sit there on your beanbags, stern in judgment, smile on us.
You who look down on actors.
And who doesn't?
Bless this online festival and smile on us. We offer you song and dance.
We offer you rights and revels.
We offer you grace and beauty. Smile on us for this while. Gods of the theatre, lounge room, smile on us.
You who sit there on your couches, stern in judgment, smile on us.
We offer you song and dance.
We offer you rights and
We offer you
revels.
gods and
We offer you
heroes.
jokes
We
and
offer you
insults.
queens and
We offer
pageants,
you
bacchanals and social comment. Bless our play and smile. Now, even though you're in your own homes, protocol is important. First, some do's and don'ts. Mostly don'ts. Please, don't cough. We worry it could mean you're dying off. Dry coughing can be dangerous in car and climb, so please, don't cough.
Say what to everything you think you haven't got. And if you're in a snip because you've missed the plot, of which I must admit there's not an awful lot, still don't. Say what?
What?
If you see flaws, please don't drop your jaws, please. No loud guffaws, please. When actors enter late,
When there's a pause, please, lots of applause, please. And we'd appreciate you turning off your cell phones while we wait.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I think it's you.
Oh. Hello? Hello? I'm a little bit busy right now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? They hung up.
Don't go, oh, whenever there's a song you know. And when you hear the verse, don't whisper low. They come out of town, I saw the show. I don't recall the tempo being quite that slow.
No smokes, no chow.
Unwrap the candy wrappers now. When we are waxing humorous, please don't wane. The jokes are obscure but numerous. We'll explain.
When we're waxing serious, try not to laugh.
It starts when we get imperious, and if you're in doubt, don't query us. We'll signal you when we're serious.
It's in the second half. Though we're not crude, please don't sit there nude, please. Do not allude, please, to talent gone to waste.
We are crude, please don't come unglued, please. Let's not be too straight-laced. We do not have a reputation based on taste.
So please don't fart. We know that you're at home, but this is art.
If now and then you're bored, don't fall apart. Though a premature departure may seem smart, you're not allowed to leave the house, so please take heart and now. But first, for the love of God, they're in their own homes, there are no rules, sing the song. We start.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot too. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. In a slip of a boat, there's a tiny revolt. The seed of a war in the creak of a floorboard. The storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs a mighty sting. Every day starts with the tick of a clock. All escapes starts with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, 'cause if you're little you can do a lot too. Mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
I was outside on the deck when this alien spaceship landed in my backyard. Lights were so bright I could hardly see, but then it dimmed its lights and I could see. So a set of stairs, comes out the side of the ship, and this little alien fella comes stepping down those stairs. And he walks right up to me. Only about 4 feet tall, I reckon. So he comes up to me and he grabs the beer right out of my hand. Sculls the whole thing in one go. He burped. He smiled. Gave me the finger. Oh, at least I think he gave me the finger. He only had 3. But it was definitely the middle one he gestured at me with. Hands me back the bottle of beer, walks back up the stairs to his ship, flies off into the sky in a flash. What the hell do you make of that? Now, I haven't laid eyes on that creature since. But in this past week, beers keep missing from my fridge. I buy a slab, and the next day, completely gone. Wiped out, nothing left but a cardboard box. It's the alien. He's a thief. He keeps stealing my beers. Now, I intend to catch that little son of a... Or stake him out. I'll booby trap the entire kitchen. Whatever comes in will not get out. Hey, this could be payday, you know. How much do you reckon you get for a little alien creature? Mil? 5 mil? I intend to find out. So, you in or out? All right, good. Tonight, it's go time.
Black clouds are behind me, I now can see ahead. Often I wonder why I try, hoping for an end. Sorrow weighs my shoulders down, and trouble haunts my mind. But I know the present will not last, and tomorrow will be kinder. Tomorrow will be kinder. It's true, I've seen it before. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. Today I've cried a many tears, and pain is in my heart. Around me lies a somber scene. I don't know where to start, but I feel warm on my skin. The stars have aligned. The wind has blown, but now I know that tomorrow will be kinder. Tomorrow will be kinder. I know I've seen it before. A brighter day is coming my way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder. A brighter day is coming our way. Yes, tomorrow will be kinder.
Hello there, welcome to the boredom room
Hello,
at Isolation Central in West Hobart, Tasmania,
Australia.
Here we are. Our good friend Georgia Clark from Print Radio 7RPH issued a challenge to write yet another parody
On the COVID crisis.
on the COVID virus crisis. I think this is about the 400,000th parody written in the world. This one is a tune that was written by Shel Silverstone, an lovely old song. Remember it, Elsje?
I do.
It's called You're Welcome at Our House. The Australian Johnny Chester recorded it, but our favourite version
It was Marissa Berenson, and
With
we
the
saw that
Muppets.
on the Muppet
The
Show.
Muppet Show. So
Which was brilliant.
a bit of a costume change here quickly, and we'll get on with our version of
A bit of lemonade,
bit of lemon.
cordial.
Oh, good stuff. Here we go. You're always welcome at our house. Here we go. Well, a man came to our house, our house, our house. A man came to our house, he coughed and sneezed. We asked him to come in and we gave him cyanide tablets. We gave him cyanide tablets saying swallow these. But you're always welcome at our house any time of the day. Unless you've got COVID virus, then we hope you'll stay away. A lady came to our house, our house, our house. A lady came to our house straight from overseas. We asked her to come in and we gave her poison lemonade and hid her in the freezer where she cannot sneeze. But you're always welcome at our house any time of the day. Unless you've been on a cruise ship, then we hope you'll stay away. A kid came into our yard, our yard, our yard. A kid came into our yard looking for his cat. We asked him to come in and we shot him in the living room. His temperature is dropping and his pulse rate's flat. But you're always welcome in our house any time of the day. Unless you've been on a cruise ship, then we hope you'll stay away. So when you come to our house, our house, our house, when you come to our house, we'll have some fun. If you have a fever, we'll put you through the mincer and flush you down our toilet like Aroma 1. But you're always welcome at our house, any time of the day. Unless you've got COVID virus, then we hope you'll stay away. Oh, you better stay away.
Some days it's hard to see if I was a fool or you a thief. Made it through the maze to find my 1 in a million. And now you're just a page torn from the story I'm living. And all I gave you is gold. Tumble like it was stone. Ooh, though we built a dynasty that heaven couldn't shake. Though we built a dynasty like nothing ever made. Though we built a dynasty forever couldn't break. The scars I can't reverse. When the more it heals, the worse it hurts. Gave you every piece of me, no wonder it's missing. Don't know how to be so close to someone so distant. And all I gave you is gold. Tumble like it was stone. Ooh, though we built a dynasty that heaven couldn't shake. Though we built a dynasty like nothing ever made. Though we built a dynasty forever couldn't break. It all fell down, it all fell down. Hey, it all fell down, it all fell down, it all fell down. And all I gave you is gold. Tumble like it was stone. Ooh, though we built a dynasty that heaven couldn't shake. Though we built a dynasty like nothing ever made. Though we built a dynasty forever couldn't break. It all fell down, it all fell down, hey. It all fell down, it all fell down, it all fell down. And all I gave you is gold. Tumble like it was stone. That heaven couldn't shake. Though we built a dynasty like nothing ever made. Though we built a dynasty forever couldn't break.
My best friend had a little situation at the end of our senior year. And like like a shot, she and Mitchell got married that summer. Carol Ann getting bigger every minute, thinking, what am I doing here? Well, Mitchell's out every night being a heavy metal drummer. They got a little cute house on a little cute street with a crucifix on the door. Mitchell got a job at a record store in the mall. Just the typical facts of a typical life in a town on the eastern shore. I thought about what I wanted, it wasn't like that at all. Made Carol Ann a cute baby sweater, thinking I can do better than that. I moved to the city thinking, what have I got to lose? Got a room, got a cat, and got 20 pounds thinner. Met a guy in a class I was taking who you might say looked like Tom Cruise. He wouldn't leave me alone unless I went with him to dinner. And I guess he was cute, and I guess he was sweet, and I guess he was good in bed. Gave up my life for the better part of a year. And so I'm starting to think that this may be my work, and the second it entered my head, he needed to take some time off, focus on his career. He blew me off with a heartfelt letter. I thought I can do better than that. You don't have to get a haircut, you don't have to change your shoes, you don't have to like Duran Duran, just love me. You don't have to put the seat down, you don't have to watch the news, you don't have to learn to tango, you don't have to eat prosciutto, you don't have to change a thing, just stay with me. And nothing but you, miles and piles of you. Finally I'll have something worthwhile to think of each morning. You and nothing but you. No substitution will do. Nothing but fresh and diluted and pure. Top of the line and totally mine. I don't need any lifetime commitments. I don't need to get hitched tonight. I don't want you to throw up all your walls and defenses. I don't mean to put on any pressure, but I know when a thing is right. And I spend every day reconfiguring my senses. When we get to my house, take a look at that town, take a look at how far I've gone. I will never go back, never look back anymore. And it feels like my life led right to your side and will keep me there from now on. Think about what you wanted, think about what could be, think about how I love you. Say you'll move in with me. Think of what's great about me and you. Think of the bull dust we've both been through. Think of what's past, because we can do better. We can do better. We can do better than that. We can do better than that.
I would like to take you back about 30 years. And this was a holiday that my husband, my daughter, my nephew came on with friends that lived opposite, and they had 2 little children as well. and we all went on a Greek island. We thought it was a good idea. Well, it was initially. And then we decided to go on a tour on a boat to apparently a secluded beach where we'd be able to lie on this beach and spend a few hours there before they drifted us back. Well, the night before the tour, the girl that was taking the tour guide, if you like, had been out on a motor scooter with her boyfriend, and they'd had an accident, not seriously, but sufficiently enough that she couldn't really walk without being in pain. I think she had one ankle bandaged up, etc. So she laid herself out on the boat, a bit like the Queen of Sheba, and was delegating everything to everybody on the boat. That was fine, didn't worry us, only a young girl she was. So anyway, the boat took off and it was a beautiful day and the skies were blue, the sea was blue, and we finally got to this little island with a secluded beach. Well, straight away, my daughter, who was about 10, 11, dived in. She's always been a very good swimmer. My nephew, same age, dived in to swim to this little beach. It wasn't far away, it was just over there. But I panic. Because I'm not a swimmer, really, I panic. So my husband, who is a good swimmer, I said, Bob, will you get in the water? Because Kia is over there and Ian's over there, and I want you to watch them, make sure they're all right. Meantime, my friend's husband, who loves to sunbathe, had already jumped in, already swum, was virtually at the beach, lying there with his fingers open like that so he didn't have white bits in between, you know what I mean? So he was spread out on the beach getting his suntan. So there's me screaming out to Bob, there's Kia there and there's Ian there, please watch them, please watch them. When little Darren, my friend's little boy, he jumped in, and I thought, oh my goodness, because he's a lot smaller and a slimmer child to my heavy daughter who takes after me, bless her, and also my nephew, that, you know, they've got meat on them, and this little child had just jumped in, and I'm saying to Bob, and Darren's over there, please watch, please watch. In the meantime, my daughter didn't want her flippers on anymore, or her goggles, nor did Ian, so they'd taken them off and they'd given them to my husband, so he's now got 2 sets of flippers and 2 goggles on one of his hands. So he's trying to swim around, watching the 3 while I'm sort of bellowing out to him, watch them, with one arm. Anyway, little Amanda, who was the last child out of our 2 families left, she said, I want to go, I want to swim. Well, her mum doesn't swim at all. And she said, I'm sorry, Amanda, we can't, you stay here with us, but I want to go. Oh, fairy godmother, you know, Cinderella must go to the ball. I said, Auntie Sandra will get in with you and we'll take it slowly and we'll get there. So the pair of us climb down these little steps at the back of the boat and we get into the water. Well, Amanda, like a little dart, she shot off and I'm trying to keep up with her. Of course, I'm dog paddling and wafting my feet up and down, you know. And she's getting further and further away, by which time my daughter and my nephew, they were on the beach. Darren was on the beach, his dad was on the beach, and I'm trying to keep up with Amanda, and she's getting further and further away, and I've noticed that my breathing is getting quite laboured. So by this time, everybody else on the boat is thinking, oh, this is a bit of a spectacle, we'll watch. So they're all standing up and watching the performance that's going on. So I didn't want to make a fool of myself, so I'm going, Bob, I can't breathe. Anyway, he couldn't hear me and I'm carrying on dog pedaling. I've gone down once, I think, and come up again and I'm going, Bob, I can't breathe like this. And I'm still dog paddling away and my feet are going like this. And still he can't really hear me because he's swimming around making sure everybody else was all right on the beach with his one arm. Well, I went down for the 3rd time and I really could not worry about people watching me. So I screamed out, Bob, I'm drowning! At which point he came up to the side of me and he said, put your friggin' feet down. And I put my feet down and stood up. I felt such a fool. Meanwhile, I couldn't breathe. I was staggering. I staggered, literally staggered to the beach and fell. When all of a sudden, the young girl who had been delegating screamed out, everybody me back. Well, I just said to my husband, you're going to have to leave me there. You're just going to have to leave me there. Because I cannot get back to that boat. And with his one arm, he said, just lie on your back and I'll get you back. Which, bless him, he did. And as I staggered up these steps into the boat, everybody on the boat clapped. I didn't go out for the rest of the time where we were staying in case I bumped into any of them. But the moral of the story here, I feel, is don't become like I am, all mouth and trousers, and think you can do everything and become fairy godmother. If you can't swim, don't attempt it. I hope it's given you a laugh.
On my own, pretending she's beside me, all alone, I walk with her till morning. Without her, I feel her arms around me, and when I lose my way, I close my eyes and she has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see her, you and me, forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to her. And although I know that she is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love her, but when the night is over, she is gone. The river's just a river. Without her, the world around me changes. The trees are bare and everywhere, and streets are full of strangers. I love her, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, her world will go on turning, a world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love her, I love her, I love her, but only on my own.
Today is the most exciting day yet. My driver's licence I'm going to get. Out comes the officer. I give him a grin. He looks at me coldly and says, well, get in. I clutch at the wheel and let her roll and find I'm heading straight for a pole. I jam on the brake and make a fast turn, and that's when the rubber on tyre starts to burn. I look up ahead, 2 cars in my sight, one on the left and one on the right. It gives me a start. What should I do? I'll just close my eyes and go straight on through. I hear a loud crunch. I've scraped off some paint. The chap on the footpath is going to faint. The other car driver is clenching his hand. He seems quite upset. I don't understand. I speed round the corner, 2 wheels in the air. This driving's a breeze, I happen to care. But no, a pedestrian crosses the street. I press on the horn. He jumps a few feet. I wind down the window and yell, "Silly clown, if you don't hurry up, I might run you down." Back at the station, waiting for praise, the officer sits there. He seems in a daze. He slowly turns purple and then he explodes. "You're the worst driver we've had on our roads. Your driver's licence you didn't attain, and don't ever darken our doorstep again." They can keep their old permit. They make such a fuss. But why should I worry? I'll just catch the bus.
I feel like for me can't discover you from a memory what I've had you these great I need to work for me. Not very it was I will not People on the ground, about and play musical I think perfect joy.
This ukulele used to belong to my mother-in-law. It was made by the Harmony String Instrument Company from Chicago, and it dates from about 1939, so it's over 80 years old. And I'm going to play a little tune I wrote called Persian Cat. So there you go.
This piece is from Riders to the Sea by J.M. Sange. It's set in the Aran Isles in Western Ireland. Maria has just heard that her last remaining son, Bartley, has been drowned. Bartley will be lost now. And let ye call in Eamon and make me a good coffin out of the white boards, for I want to live after them. I have had a husband and a husband's father, and 6 sons in this house, 6 fine men, though it was a hard birth I had, with every one of them, and they come into the world, and some of them were found, and some of them were not found, but they're gone now, the lot of them. There was Stephen and Sean were lost in the great wind, and found after in the bay of Gregory of the Golden Mouth, and brought up the 2 of them on one plank, and in by that door. There was Seamus and his father, and his own father again were lost on a dark night, and not a stick nor sign was seen of them when the sun went up. There was Patch after was drowned out of a cork that was turned over. I was sitting here with Bartley, and he a baby lying on my 2 knees, and I seen 2 women, and 3 women, and 4 women coming in, and they crossing themselves and not saying a word. I looked out then, and there were men coming after them, and they holding a thing in the half of a red sail, and water dripping out of it. It was a dry day, Nora, and leaving a track to the door. Oh, is it Patch? Or Michael? Or what is it at all? They're all gone now. There isn't anything more the sea can do to me. I'll have no call now to be up crying and praying when the wind breaks from the south, and you can hear the surface in the east and the surface in the west, and making a great stir with the 2 noises, and they hitting one onto other. I'll have no call now to be going down and getting holy water, in the long dark nights after Samhain. They won't care what way the sea is when the other women do be keening. Fetch me the holy water, Nora. There's a small sup still on the dresser. It isn't that I haven't prayed for you badly. To the Almighty God. It isn't that I haven't said prayers in the dark night till you wouldn't know what I'd be saying, but it's a great rest I'll have now, and it's time, surely. It's a great rest I'll have now, and a great sleeping in the long nights after Samhain. Even if it's only a bit of wet flour we do have to eat, and maybe a fish that would be stinking. They're all together this time, and the end is come. May the Almighty God have mercy on Bartley's soul, and on Michael's soul, and on the souls of Seamus and Patch, and Stephen and Sean, and may he have mercy on my soul, Nora, and on the soul of everyone who's left living in the world. And Steen.
God on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is here.
Thank you.